Hello, how are we? Now, I'm just checking a few things before I get into everything. Hope everyone's having a really nice day. It's quite nice here in Adelaide. I think it was 30 degrees. Yeah, oh, so nice. So nice. Beautiful. Great. Alrighty, I reckon everything is working, so I'm gonna go get straight into the video. Today I will be talking about factors that could be affecting your skin health. So this is going to be a little bit more of a longer video, really delving into the different issues that could be affecting your skin health. So yeah, stick around. I'm going to save this video so you can watch it again in the future, and possibly upload it to YouTube and the private group as well. So thanks for being here. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. So yeah, my name is Kat. Well, it's actually Kathleen, but everyone just calls me Kat. So I'm the owner here at Soul Awaken Skin Therapies, and I'm also the lead therapist, being the corneotherapist and also a remedial massage therapist. The business is solely surrounded, more molded on the skin therapies, but I do love remedial massage as well, so I do that as well. Hello to whoever joined. I was just saying just now that we're just going to be doing a video today on the factors affecting your skin health. It might be a little bit of a longer one, but we're really going to delve into all the issues, so stick around or feel welcome to come and watch the replay. Say hi if you're there. I can't actually see who just joined. Anyhow, that's fine. I'm going to get to it. Alrighty, so yeah, this is a huge topic, and you know, what I do at Soul Awaken is really great because I can really change a lot of things topically on the skin and make, a lot of big changes, but there are just so many factors that affect the health of the skin. So we're talking, oh, hi Jessica. Yes, you will. I look forward to it. Thank you. This might be really helpful. I think we did definitely touch on some of the things in your last appointment. But yeah, this will be good either way. So yeah, basically your skin is affected by a lot of things, whether that be your internal health, maybe the medications you're taking, a lot of things you're doing topically, your lifestyle, environment, the weather, so many things. So I'm going to run through a list that I've already prepared, and we're going to go into more detail on all of those, and hopefully you take something away. Alrighty, so yeah, so we might just start with, all right, the first one I've got is some makeup products. So I'm sure this is very commonly known, but some makeup can cause issues for your skin. The most common issue that it will cause, it being pro-acne causing. So sometimes a lot of makeup, and generally the more liquid foundations, are comedogenic. So basically the ingredients inside those foundations or other products can actually block up the pores and just kind of cause a bit of congestion and really hurt the skin. But it doesn't just happen instantly, it happens over a period of time, and that's why it can sometimes be hard to figure out that's the cause. I always recommend a really good breathable makeup, something mineral. That's the gold standard for skin health. There's plenty of brands out there, but I personally really like the Jane Iredale makeup range. I think it's really nice, makes you feel really beautiful when you wear it. So that's what I recommend, and you'll know that it is skin safe as well. In terms of makeup as well, we've got so we've talked about foundation, and generally that is, yes, causing of blocking of the pores, but it can also be causing kind of like a low-grade inflammation if maybe you're not wearing anything under your foundation. Maybe you're just putting your foundation onto your bare skin in the morning after cleansing with maybe a cleanser that's not suitable for you. Let's think something a bit too stripping, a bit too harsh, maybe a scrubbing cleanser, and then you're putting this foundation over the top. You're just causing more inflammation and more of an impaired barrier. So yeah, there's a lot to think about when it comes to makeup, and I'm always happy to look at your makeup and actually really discuss with you to say, well, yeah, this is suitable, maybe this isn't. So yes, foundation, big cause. We've also got mascara and other eye makeup. So yeah, this one's quite an interesting one, and I've experienced it myself. I am prone to a little bit of sensitivity here and there, especially if I'm wearing mascara consecutive, like for a lot of days, and perhaps I've been naughty and not taken it off one night. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And hello, Amy. Oh, it's so good to see you there. Thanks for joining in. So yeah, mascara can actually cause a lot of issues around the eye and some eye makeup. So for one, if you have, it depends really on your bone structure as well. So you could probably, I'll use me as an example. When I smile, you can see my cheeks go all the way up, and what tends to happen is my makeup touches the skin around my eyes, and sometimes you'll accidentally maybe itch your eye and some makeup will spread. But generally, most mascaras, they're just, the ingredients in there are a little bit harsh, and they can cause little bits of irritation, sometimes a bit of flaky. I had a client that had this recently, so a little bit of flakiness, maybe a little bit of dryness, and yeah, that can cause a bit of irritation. Also, what are you using to remove your eye makeup? That is a huge one. A lot of people use maybe cleansing wipes. That's a big no-no. And also some of the eye makeup removers. Oh, I miss you too, Amy. So yeah, eye makeup remover is generally, sometimes they have a little bit of emollients in there, so they're a little bit smoother, but generally they have sensitizing ingredients, including fragrance and alcohol. So big no-no. The best thing to do is just use a really gentle cleansing milk over the eye, something that's not going to sting, cause irritation, and is actually healing the skin at the same time. And that's what I recommend for all clients that come to see me. And that's what I use as well. And just a little side note, when you do cleanse over the eyes with a good milky, creamy cleanser with good ingredients, you're basically giving yourself an eye treatment as well, because there is a little bit of residue that's left over and it's staying there on the skin. So that is essentially healing the skin. So yeah, it's kind of a nice trick. If you're not using eye cream at this stage, you're still kind of treating your eyes and not damaging them so much. Even just the act of wiping can cause a bit of irritation there, because it's very, very thin skin. All right, so yeah, we've talked about foundation and eye makeup products, and another thing to do with, hello Trevor, thanks for watching. And in regards to makeup, oh God, this is huge. How often do you change your makeup? Do you have it sitting in your bathroom cabinet for maybe a year or 2 years, or good no, some people have their makeup for years and years and years, and that's okay, but you really have to remember that most cosmetic products do have a 12-month expiry from the date it is open. So, hey, it might not be causing you any issues, but there is a potential for bacterial overgrowth in the product, especially if there's air coming into the product. So there are things to consider. It could be affecting your microbiome on your skin and potentially damaging it just a little bit. So that brings me to the next point, and that is your makeup brushes. Oh God, we are all so guilty of this. And I know you are too, Trevor. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we all do this. I'm guilty. yeah, if you don't wash your makeup brushes after every use, unfortunately, your brushes are going to harbor bacteria, dirt, dust from the environment. Like if you're leaving your brush, say, in a bathroom that has a shared toilet, you can just imagine the particles that are flying around in the air. You put the fan on, they're eventually going to land on your brush. So do consider that. And if you can, just wash your brushes after every use. I found the best way to avoid this cross-contamination is when I do wear foundation, which is really, really not at all. I just apply with my fingers now, or use one of those little damp sponges, because you do wash them after each use. And if you don't, that's terrible. You really, really need to, because it's a wet, moist environment, and that is not a good thing for harboring bacteria. So yeah, I hope that helps. But yeah, I'm sure you heard it before. Wash your makeup brushes all the time. So the next one, yeah, this is such a, oh God, this is such a common one. This is probably the biggest. Oh, hi, Kylie. Thanks for watching. I hope you're well. Yeah, over cleansing and over scrubbing. This is huge. So just to be really quick on these ones, over cleansing is maybe you're cleansing with a cleanser that is too stripping for your skin. So maybe a foaming product, something with maybe sodium lauryl sulfate or a derivative of. Anything drying is generally not good for your skin, and it's a sign it's been stripped of those natural oils that we want to have there, because they're your skin's first line of defense. Hi Cassie, thanks for watching. I hope you're well. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. But yes, overstripping your skin with cleansing, maybe you're doing it too often. I have heard of people in the middle of the day, cleansing their skin because they're feeling so oily, and yeah, that's an issue in itself. If your skin is oily, there's a reason for it, and we can usually counteract that. So you only really want to be cleansing your skin in the morning and at night. Any more is often too much. Then we've got exfoliating. This is a huge topic, and I will dedicate a whole video to talking about the epidemic of over exfoliating, because we've all been there, and it generally does damage your skin, especially if you've got a skin condition. But yeah, most people don't need to exfoliate that much. If you're using a grainy exfoliant, it can be just too harsh. I'm going to pick on one particular brand that is really well known in the industry for causing micro tears and inflammation and damage to the skin. It's the St. Ives apricot scrub. And I know we've all been there. I've used it too in the past. It just feels so silky soft when you use it. But hey Karen, thanks for tuning in. Of course, Amy, yeah, you can send a message at any time, or come back to watch the replay. So yeah, those particles in that St. Ives scrub actually are irregular, and because they're made from the apricot kernel, they're sharp and abrasive, and they're really tiny, and they cause these micro tears, which is ruining your skin, essentially creating that low-grade inflammation. So yeah, something to avoid. I could go on a bit more about this exfoliating, because some people, the thing is, there's no blanket approach to exfoliating your skin. Some people can get away with exfoliating your skin once a week, and someone like myself, hi Van, I actually, would you believe it, don't exfoliate my skin all that often. The last time I exfoliated was 4 weeks ago, and that wasn't with a grainy exfoliant. It was with a really light enzyme peeling mask. It's a professional treatment that I use in the clinic, and that is fine for me. I don't need to do it any more often. So yeah, everyone's different with exfoliating. If you're doing it too much, you're damaging the skin. So yeah, pop down your questions if you want a bit of help with exfoliating and finding out what's right for you as well. But generally, if you do have some sort of acne or some sort of skin condition, perhaps rosacea, or maybe you've just quite sensitive, taking exfoliation out of your regime is only going to be a good thing temporarily. Yes, I could talk all day about that one. Yeah, so this is one you might not have heard before, and leave-in hair products. Yeah, how does that affect the skin? It really does, because anything... Oh, wow. So I'm just reading one of the comments here, and Kylie has just said St. Ives actually got sued for misconception. Interesting. Well, I'll have to look into that because, yeah, it's not good. They're damaging skins, and that's very unethical. So there you go. You learn something new every day. But yeah, back to the leave-on hair products. So, all right, we'll use one example to begin. There was a while back when I was getting a bit of back acne, and I was able to rectify this, but one of the causes of this, so what I would do, my shower routine, I'd get in the shower, quickly wash my hair, and then I would pop on this conditioner, and I would, I'd tie my hair up, do the rest of the things, and right at the end of my shower, I would let my hair down and I'd just do this really quick rinse, kind of leaving a little bit of conditioner in. I don't know why, I thought it would be a good idea. Probably not a good thing because it can cause a bit of dandruff as well, but I would leave a little bit in my hair and really quickly, right at the end of the shower, rinse it off. What was happening was I wasn't really rinsing properly, and this conditioner was staying on my back here. This is so common. I mean, we can all relate. Most of us do our conditioning at the end of our shower, and yeah, you are leaving a little bit through here. Maybe you get it on your back, maybe you get a little bit of, breakouts on your buttocks. Think about what you're doing when it comes to conditioner. It could be the cause. But yeah, we've also got, overnight leave-in treatments, hairspray, depending on what you're doing. If it's around the hairline, you're getting these breakouts, it could be a cause. Yeah, so something to think about. Yeah, we've talked about dirty makeup brushes. Yeah, and dirty bedding and toweling. So how often do you change your pillowcases? Leave a comment in the comments if you're game. My recommendation is actually doing it, well, depending on your skin condition, but at least once a week. So, flipping your pillows, not using the same side the whole time. So, especially if you do have acne or breakouts, any kind of congestion, you really, really do need to be changing your pillowcase every second day. So you sleep on one side, you flip, and then you use the other side. But then that whole flipping regime can also be disastrous, because if you think about it, what you've done, you've slept on one side and then you flipped it, and that next side is now touching your bed sheet. So if you've got acne and breakouts, yeah, change your pillowcase every night, because that bacteria that's harboring on your face, I'll answer your question in a moment, Jessica. That's a really good one. And yeah, so it's just that bacteria. Oh, that's awesome, Van. Cool. Yeah, I do it every week and I don't seem to be a problem every Sunday changing the pillowcase. But yeah, it's just about that cross-contamination. So Jessica, I need to take a breath. I get very excited, as you can tell. So Jessica has asked a really good question, and she said, are silk pillows worth the purchase? And I want to say yes, but I can't verify this because I've not actually tried them myself. But from everything I've read and understanding the skin and how a silk pillowcase would be different to a cotton one, the reason why you would choose a silk pillowcase is because you would want to be minimizing it's hard to explain, but the creases in your face. So because it's more slippery, your face doesn't tend to crease up as much. And if you're someone that's a side sleeper and you sleep on that same side every single night, like me, you are potentially aging that side of your face more and more. So using a silk pillowcase makes total sense because you've got more of a slip, less product absorption into the pillowcase as well. So yeah, I'll give it a go. Let me know your experience with that. I'd be interested to know. I've just not invested yet. It's definitely on the list. I have heard of pillowcases for people with acne as well. I'm not sure whether that would be worth doing, because I think just changing them every day is the best option if you have breakouts. Yeah, this one is a huge one. So today we've been talking more about the topical causes, factors affecting your skin negatively. But this one's huge. So yeah, inconsistent routine and sleeping in your makeup. So inconsistency, let's think of it like this. So if your doctor has prescribed you maybe a diabetes or a cholesterol medication, and you're meant to take it every day, this dosage. Hi, Divinity. Yeah, you're meant to take it every single day at this dosage, and you're missing days. You're essentially, spiking your body in this medication and then depriving it of it. And of course, there are going to be effects to that. And it's the same thing with your skincare routine. So if you're being inconsistent, so you're sleeping in your makeup maybe on the weekends, that's 2 days or 2 nights that, hey, and that's 2 nights that you've lost as a, let's just say it was an opportunity to heal your skin, but instead you've chose to damage your skin. So completely understandable, but it is something to think about. So yeah, any kind of inconsistency, chopping and changing with products, doing this, then doing that, you're not going to see consistent results. As well as sleeping in your makeup. Do not do it, even if you're so, you've gone out for a really long night. Try your hardest to take your makeup off. Yeah, you'll feel so much better the next day, and I'm sure we can all relate. Yeah, so leave on body products. So we're talking perfume, tanning solutions, and essential oils. These things can all affect your skin. Another topical topic. So perfume, this one is huge. And if you're young and in your 20s or your 30s, you're probably not going to notice this. But if you're one of those people that gets your perfume and you spray it on your neck, just here or here, every day consistently for 20 to 30 years, you will see in your 40s and your 50s, you'll see this decline in collagen, the elastin. So we're going to see a bit of loss of integrity in the skin. Perhaps as well, you could start to develop like pigmentation disorder. So you might either go lighter in color or darker in color, and also redness as well. So that's sensitivity basically. Yeah, perfume does not have good ingredients in it for your skin, and if you're every day spraying perfume on this area, and particularly if your perfume has photosensitizing ingredients, you're going to damage your skin. This is a real thing, and there's so many women who have this area damaged because of perfume. So if you can, just spray it on your clothes, just get into the habit. You don't want to end up with redness and pigmentation. It's, not what you want. Tanning solutions, that can cause problems depending on what your skin condition is and what's going on for you. Dimity's just quickly asked, any tips for where to properly spray perfume? Yeah, so on your clothing, it's the best way to go about it. I use essential oils for perfume, so I actually just here, depending on the material, of course. Don't do it on your nice silk clothing or something white, but I usually just put it just here, or sometimes I put it just here on your bra. That could work, but do remember, depending on the thickness of the bra, you could essentially be affecting the skin on your breast as well. So yeah, whatever works with you. Oh, in your hair, actually, sometimes I put a little bit at the back of my hair or in my ponytail, like at the bottom. Whatever really suits you, just don't put it on the skin. Yeah, tanning solution. Some people get a bit of breakouts, kind of that comedogeneity. I don't think I said that right. The solution could be potentially blocking the pores and causing breakouts. It can also cause irritation as well. And we've got, essential oils. So similar to perfume, there's a lot of essential oils out there that are photosensitizing for the skin. So when you go out into the sun and that shines down on the spot that you have the essential oils, yeah, it's going to cause a reaction. It's going to cause inflammation and this pigment to arise. So we don't want that. And generally, essential oils they're so beautiful and so good for you. I diffuse them around the house, and like I said, I wear them as perfume, but I never put them on my skin. Occasionally I have, but I do it in a very careful way. So let's think of it. So I wouldn't put essential oils on a damaged or impaired skin in any way. I would always dilute it into a solution, very, very diluted. Sometimes I have used lavender and maybe frankincense, and I've put that into a bit of maybe coconut oil or some sort of body oil and then rub that on my legs. Hi Jessica, thanks for watching. I hope you're well. So I'll rub that onto my legs to feel, you feel really nice, but I wouldn't do it regularly. So yeah, never put it on your face. I've seen issues with this in the past, so I hope that helps. It can be a little bit confronting for some people, but yeah, essential oils, they're not made for your skin. And I'm sorry if you're hearing that noise in the background. My dogs are playing in the hallway. They want to be in here. So they're trying to make a big kerfuffle to me so I can bring them in here. Oh, never mind. We'll ignore it. Cool. So the next one, laundry powders and cleaning products. This is self-explanatory. Contact dermatitis can happen from harsh toxic ingredients. If you are having troubles with some sort of body rash, so eczema, dermatitis, just anything, even a bit of acne or folliculitis, just anything, just assess changing your cleaning products, so your laundry powder, see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, that's fine, just use it still and look for other options. But yeah, sometimes it can affect. All right, hair removal applications. This is a big one. So I'm sure we've all done it, but have you ever used one of those, what's the brand, Nair? So those hair removal creams, a lot of people use them on their upper lip, and you usually feel quite a burning and tingling, a warmth on your skin. No, you don't want that. Not good for you. Yeah, it's damaging the skin. If it's strong enough to literally eat up the hair and destroy it, can only imagine what it's doing to your skin. So don't do the leave-on hair products, hair removal creams ever. Not good. The next one could be waxing, and waxing usually is quite gentle, but depending on your skin integrity, maybe you're taking a specific medication, yeah, it's potentially going to cause damage. I'm prone to perioral dermatitis, so the last time I got my lip waxed 4 months ago, just here, I broke out, I got my perioral dermatitis back again, and it was just because there was too much trauma to the area, there was too much skin taken off. Hi Tiffany, how are you? Yeah, so it's very traumatizing, waxing, so do consider why you're doing it and whether there's another option if you do have irritation in the area. It's not for everyone. There is other alternatives to facial hair removal, such as we've got the threading, so that's probably your most safest option because it's literally a little thin, what should we call it, cotton, but a waxy cotton, and it picks up the hair, so plucking them, so it's an epilation product. So that is much more safer because you're not disrupting the skin, you're just disrupting the hair follicle and pulling it out. Other options is tweezing if you just want to do it yourself. That's what I do for my brows and my upper lip. Yes, it takes time to do your upper lip, but every day I just tweeze a few of my eyebrows, tweeze through a few up here, so I'm always maintaining it and it's never a big issue. You've also got things like sugaring. They do tend to be, sugaring is a new, not a new procedure, but something that's been around a while, but only really trending now in the beauty industry. They do claim that sugaring is much more gentle. It's just like waxing. But yeah, they do say it's a little bit more gentle. I've not tried it myself. I've just got here Tiffany. She's a beauty therapist as well, and she said sugaring may cause less irritation when removing the hairs, as it removes the hairs in the direction of the hair growth. Yeah, that's it, because you're pulling it at a different, whereas waxing, you're against the hair growth. So I guess you're pulling out the hair like this, and it's kind of causing more trauma in the hair follicle. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hair removal's not my specialty. Hi, Angela. So nice to see you. And whereas sugaring, you're pulling it in that direction, so less trauma. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. If there's anyone from Adelaide here that does do sugaring, let me know, because yeah, I'd love to try it. I'd love to see what it feels like, and I do have clients that ask about it, so a referral would be awesome if you're around. And yes, Tiffany saying that's correct. The sugar also doesn't stick to the live skin cells. All right, awesome. Yeah, sugaring sounds good. Just definitely play it with caution. If it does cause you irritation and you do have a bit of sensitivity on the skin, just stay away from it. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so hair removal can be a little bit detrimental, and we're talking IPL and laser as well. And I know these are very safe procedures, but something to think about, because if you do have some sort of barrier impairment with the skin, some sort of sensitivity, you could cause issues. But generally on the body, it's quite good. I haven't had laser yet. I have my first session in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's exciting, but it can cause issues. So something to think about. Next on the list, we have, where are we up to? Yeah, this is huge as well. This is another topical issue. So we've got ingredients, so harmful ingredients such as fragrances, we've got colors, emulsifiers, silicones, mineral oils, and sometimes preservatives. So pretty big list. And we've got sodium lauryl sulfates, we've got so many harmful, not good ingredients out there. And fragrance is a huge one. Some alcohols. You know what though, it's the best way to go about understanding whether an ingredient is not good for you is to do a bit of further research. So that's why with Soul Awaken, I've actually invested into a what do you call it? It's a membership. Yeah, a membership access to a website database called Cosmetic Analysis. And basically you punch in all the ingredients of a product, and it'll basically tell you one by one what this ingredient has been rated. There's so many ingredients out there that are known carcinogens, that are known endocrine disruptors, that are skin sensitizers, that cause contact dermatitis. Oh, the list goes on. But yeah, there's a lot of bad ingredients out there, and unfortunately the beauty industry isn't as well regulated as perhaps the medical pharmacology industry. So that's where, as a consumer, you must do your research, or at least seek out someone that does have the information. So someone such as myself with access to databases like this, or do a bit of research online as well. But yeah, fragrance is huge. It's a known sensitizer to the skin. We've got colors. Tell me, why do you need to color your skincare? So you feel good when you look at your skincare, or is it actually benefiting your skin health? It's not benefiting your skin health. It's for no reason other than to make the product more aesthetically pleasing, as does fragrance as well. So I choose not to use any products with fragrance. And some people can get away with it, that's fine, but there's a lot of people that do have issues. Silicones, mineral oils, emulsifiers, preservatives. I could go on for ages, but yeah, they're all known ingredients to cause harm, and that's why I chose Dermavisuals for the skincare line that I have at Soul Awaken. It's free from all of those and a lot of other nasty ingredients. I definitely did my research before bringing them in, but once I got onto that database, the Cosmetic Analysis, I definitely did look up the products, and I was really happy to see there was no, they have a rating system of smiley face, sad face, etc. And they had no, mediocre faces, or no sad faces, or no angry faces. So I can definitely assure you that all the Dermavisuals products are all big, happy, smiley faces for all the ingredients. That's what you want. All right, so we've got artificial heating and cooling. Yes, this definitely affects your skin. So if you're... Hi Talia, thanks so much for watching. How are you? I forgot to reply to you today, by the way, so I'll get right back to you. I'm so sorry. I hope you're well. But yeah, artificial heating and cooling, so air conditioners, it's just going to add to the environmental stress for your skin. So heating, cooling, it's going to basically dry up your skin. So yeah, you just got to be careful and use extra barrier protection ingredients. So in winter, yeah, definitely use a more emollient-rich moisturizer, so something a little bit more heavy that's suitable for your skin. Kind of creates more of a, it kind of stops the transepidermal water loss. So if you just think of like a glass of water, I always use this in clinic, so if you've heard this before, I apologize for repeating it, but we've got a glass of water, and we've got water in the glass, and so we'll put some oil on the top of the water in the glass. When you put the oil on top of this glass of water, and you put it out into a hot environment, that water that leaks out is going to be much more slower compared to a glass of water with no oil on the top. It's just going to evaporate really, really quick, whereas with the oil on top, evaporation happens a lot slower. So you can think of your skin in the same way. So you put that nice rich product on the top, the water inside your skin comes out a lot slower, and that's what we call transepidermal water loss, and that happens more when you're in artificial heating and cooling. Alrighty, environmental factors. Yeah, this kind of going on what I've just spoke about. So we've got UV exposure. Oh, hi Joe, thanks for watching. I hope you're well. And yeah, UV, so sun damage. Oh, not good, not good. It's causing damage to your skin. It's the biggest cause of aging, free radical damage. It's not good for your skin, so you should definitely wear a sunscreen all the time. Yeah, another video on that one. I could go on all day. If there's, for the beauty therapists that are watching, I'm sure you preach this every day, and it's huge. Got to protect your skin from the sun. We've got chemicals and weather. So think about the environment. So are you going swimming in a chlorinated pool? If you are, you could potentially be sensitizing your skin over a period of time, drying it out with these harsh ingredients. Weather, think of wind, think of heat, think of humidity. So a higher humidity usually helps you to retain the water in your skin, whereas a lower humidity essentially pulls liquid, so the water from your skin. So can go either way. Sometimes in a humid climate, people do tend to break out, whereas in a dry climate like Adelaide, it'll kind of dry the skin out essentially. So something to think about. What have we got next? So, oh yes, nutrition and the internal health, your gut microbiome. So I went to the naturopath nutritionist today, and this is what we spoke about for a good 20 or so minutes. The gut health is huge, and I'm sure you've heard about it. It's quite a trending topic these days, but for good reason. I'm not I don't have medical experience, and I'm not qualified to talk to you about these kinds of things, but what I can tell you is my own experience. And yeah, your gut health, it plays a huge role. You've got your microbiome, which is your good and bad bacteria balance, and when this is out of balance, this is called dysbiosis, and that just means that bad bacteria is taken over and it's doing bad things, causing inflammation and causing these bad not bad hormones, but cortisol to spike, and all this cascade of events, physiological events in your body, and this ends up onto the skin, whether that be acne, whether that be some sort of dermatitis. Yeah, it's hugely related to your gut health and your nutrition. So yeah, nutritional deficiencies, yeah, they can cause issues. A lot of people who do take zinc while they have a acne condition, yeah, that just definitely helps to improve their condition. I've seen this a lot, and I've heard of a lot of case studies where it has helped, and there is research to back this up as well. So zinc is a really important one. We've got magnesium. They kind of are both good. They help with the creation of the skin cell in little ways, so they're good to supplement with those. Also, essential fatty acid deficiency, or having that imbalance of your good, so your omega-3s and your omega-6s. We all remember that omega-3s, they're pro-inflammatory if you've got two, oops, or is that the omega-6? Someone correct me if you're watching, but you've got your omega-6 and your omega-3. One of them, if you have too much of it, is pro-inflammatory, so you want to have that good balance, but definitely speak to your nutritionist or doctor about that one. But all of those things definitely affect the skin. We've got internal health conditions. So do you have an autoimmune disease, or do you have perhaps, why can't I think of anything right now? Whatever health condition that you might have, one will come to me soon, that can affect your skin. You know, your skin is a window to your internal health, and we can do so much as skin therapists to help your skin topically, because it is an environment in itself. It has its own microbiome, and we can change it by doing topical applications of good active ingredients. But if your internal environment is just so maybe out of whack, or it's not functioning properly, it's going to just keep coming back onto the skin. So yeah, that is a big thing. You probably can't see it because I have just recently shared a photo of my dermatitis journey. As you can see, you can't see it. Let's see if we can get close. So this might be a really good example. Hey April, it's nice to see you. Maybe you can see it slightly, like a slight redness behind here. So I've been able to treat my dermatitis and get it this good. You can barely see it, but it's still there. It's still there because the internal stuff to do with my gut health is still there. I'm just masking it with these topical products, which is great because it's not inflamed, it's not causing me issues, it's nice healthy skin, it's coming from inside up. So that's when that collaboration with a health professional is super important when treating your skin. Not all skin conditions are related to your internal health, but something to consider, especially if you've got a really stubborn condition. How are you, April? I hope you're well. Where are we? Yeah, and poor dietary choices, that's huge. We know that peanuts can affect acne. That is something that's good to just take out of your diet. What else? Like I said, a lack of essential fatty acids, because we want the essential fatty acids in our skin to create that external barrier to help protect your skin. Hello. And yeah, so that really brings me on to the next two, which is to do with the internal health as well. So we've got medication. And of course, don't stop taking your medication just because you've got a skin issue. But yeah, medication can cause a lot of issues. So the more medication we take, the more stress we're putting on our liver. Therefore, we're recirculating toxins through the body because there's too much stress on the liver. You know, this is I can't explain. A nutritionist or a naturopath or a doctor could explain this much better, but whenever you're taking medications, there is an effect through your skin, whether that be drying it out, causing sensitivity. Maybe you're taking Accutane for your acne. You would know that there's a lot of things you must do and avoid when you've got that, and that's due to how significantly it affects the secretions in your skin. Hello, Jasmine. Nice to see you. Hey. So yeah, medication, yeah, big one. Sometimes it doesn't affect and sometimes it does. So, and we've got like a lack of movement. So this is in reference to the lymphatic system. So for those of you who don't know, I specialize, so I do remedial massage, and a specialization within that is manual lymphatic drainage. I know we get taught a little bit in TAFE in beauty school, but I've gone out and done a separate course to really be able to stimulate that lymphatic system. So lymphatic system, really short, is basically we like to call your sewer system. Sounds great, right? But basically it's the system that runs, you know, with the circulatory system. So you got your blood. Oh, the love hearts. Thank you, Jasmine. So you got your blood. It's circulating. The heart is pumping earth around the body. You've got your lymphatic system. Doesn't have a pump. It relies on muscle contractions. So the blood is circulating, sending oxygen back and forward from the lungs, whereas the lymphatic system, it's kind of where all your white blood cells live, and it picks up all the toxins, all the bad things, all the debris, all the yucky stuff, and it goes, all right, come here, I'll take you to where we can go detoxify. So it moves really slowly around the body because it doesn't have a pump. It relies on movement, so contraction of the muscles. Put your arms up and you're getting lymphatic flow right down from your hands down. So bad lymphatic circulation can cause all kinds of issues. We know it causes things like edema. So if you have swelling, sorry, let me rephrase that. So if you've got edema on your lower limbs, so that puffiness, and if you have prolonged edema, we know that fluid through there, we know it's got toxins building up in the area. It eventually starts to impair and really, really damage that skin, making it very thin and delicate. So yeah, the lymphatic system absolutely can. And when we're not getting enough movement in the area, so I always recommend to people, if I can kind of tell there's a little bit of slugginess in their face, is to really move. And when you're cleansing, you know, really fastly move your skin. You want to create movement because it's helping with circulation, it's helping with the lymphatic movement, and it's going to improve the tone and muscle tone of your skin as well, and affecting the lymphatic system in a good way. I need to remember to breathe. I talked very, very fast. But yeah, the lymphatic system can so easily be improved by increasing your water consumption, your activity, your exercise, perhaps even drinking something like Cleaver's tea. We do know that that's a very powerful herb. It's just a tea, quite flavourless, so easy to drink. That really does speed up the lymphatic system. But generally, when there is a health condition, your lymphatic system is therefore impaired, especially when there's medications, etc. So poor lymphatic health will cause skin issues. What else have we got? We got hormonal imbalance. So too much estrogen or too much testosterone, they cause different effects. But we all know that when we are due for our periods, that time comes around once a month. I see Jasmine saying she needs more water. Don't we all? Oh goodness, I think we're all guilty of that. But yeah, just get your water in as much as possible. I'm going to start trying to increase my water consumption by drinking a lot more when I first wake up. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I was just talking about the hormonal imbalance. So with, God, this is me right now. So in about a week's time, I do expect to have my menstrual bleeding phase of the menstrual cycle. And it happens every time I get a little bit of a breakout. You can just see it here. This is the typical spot. I get a couple little, one there, sometimes a few here. So that is the changing of the hormones in your body, causes a few breakouts, but then you'll find most people, your period finishes and then you've got beautiful clear skin. Funny that. That's your hormones. You've also got the other hormones like cortisol. When you're stressed, that goes wreaks havoc in the body. So that's just another example of hormones. So April has just said, yes, water is your best friend for everything in life, for everything in life. Something I learned with lupus. Yeah, so for those who don't understand, lupus is an autoimmune condition, and yeah, a lot of inflammation in the body. And if you can imagine, there's inflammation in the body, everything is, you need more water. You do, because it's heat. I can't explain it eloquently because I'm not a doctor, but you need more water when you have conditions like that. So thank you for sharing, April. I'd love to hear how that has improved for you, even more specifically. It might be good for the other viewers here to really bounce off of. So what have we got? Poor digestion. Did we talk about that one? If not, no, we didn't. Yeah, poor digestion linked to gut health. We're going to talk about it now. How often are you pooping? Are you pooping maybe once a day or every couple of days, or perhaps is it once a week? I'm not sure, but if you are pooping, once a week, it's not a good thing, and you're keeping those, essentially it's toxins as well, staying in your body, recirculating through your system, and that bad digestion will affect gut health, which affects skin health, cascade of events. So yeah, poor digestion, and yes, I'm dealing with that at the moment. So eventually, when I've managed to clear a few things up, I'll definitely share my journey, because I definitely think it's the biggest cause for my dermatitis on my arms. Yeah, another topic. All right, what have we got? Yeah, dehydration, that was the next one on the list. Everyone's already commented on that, and yeah, so true. That'll cause issues, but it's not going to fix your skin issues, because remember, it's not the water in your skin. I mean, water in your skin is very, very essential. It needs to be there for a lot of physiological functions to happen in the skin. But by drinking more water, you're not essentially going to fix a dry skin. Remember, that's that oil on top preventing the water from coming out. So that makes more of an impact. So that's when your essential fatty acids in your diet, so your avocados, your nuts and seeds, increasing them will actually help more with a dry skin rather than increasing water. But nonetheless, drink your water. What have we got next? Yeah, my next point, essential fatty acid deficiency, lack of good fats. So we just touched on that. Most people, I do recommend supplementing and, possibly getting tests, or at least just reviewing your diet and looking at what are you getting in terms of omega-3s and 6s. Is the balance right? Because we do need a ratio, because if you have a bad imbalance, that causes inflammation. Yeah, so that one's pretty simple. What have we got? Yeah, we could all relate to this. So poor lifestyle choices, smoking, drinking, excessive caffeine, recreational drug use, goodness, the list goes on. Anything that's bad for your body, the internal workings, is bound to be bad for your skin. You're smoking, you're causing a lack of oxygen in your whole body. Of course, that's going to deplete your body your skin of oxygen. Think about all the toxins that are coming in when you smoke a cigarette. You're getting free radical damage. You're causing basically the cells in your collagen to I've forgotten how to explain this one, but basically it breaks them apart, and called this thing called GAGs. Might do another video on that because that's a huge topic. But yeah, you're essentially getting damage to your skin by all those bad lifestyle choices. Caffeine's an interesting one because there's a lot of things to say that, coffee is good for you, but there is definitely good sources of caffeine like maca. Maca is amazing. It's a great, maca powder is a great, not maca powder, oh goodness, I think it does have caffeine. I'm talking about, someone help me here, that green powder, matcha. Yeah, matcha, that's a good antioxidant, and it has a little bit of caffeine in there. So good for you. It's considered a superfood, but caffeine, in excess can be damaging to your skin. Hi Josie, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're well. Yeah, so it's really a case-by-case thing. If you're having too much of something, it might not be a good thing for you and your skin health. Next point is stress and chronic pain Ooh, big one. So we all hear about the damages that stress can take on our body. You know, when we stress and we have, so when we're stressing out, we're going into that fight or flight mode. So that's called the sympathetic nervous system. When your body is bound up, you're feeling stressed, you're Jasmine's just said she has a fair bit of caffeine. That's all right. Sometimes we need that bit of extra juice to get us through the days. But yeah, like you just said, you need to cut down. And I think, yeah, definitely, if you can find that good balance and stop, kind of allow your body to, regulate and not have to rely on it and use other things for that energy boost. That's awesome. And yeah, stress is big. So what was I just saying? So you get into this sympathetic nervous system when we're stressed, and what happens in a really elementary way to explain it is cortisol gets released into the body in a really high dosage to get you into this mode to fight or to run, because there's some sort of wild tiger or something that's affecting your safety. That's from more prehistoric days, but you know, you get into this state because you're ready to fight. Cortisol comes in and all of your blood then rushes to your outer limbs, so your legs and your hands, and it takes away from your internal organs. And when we're in this state of stress for prolonged periods of times, this cortisol is consistently running through our bodies, and it kind of becomes a learnt behavior. So you become kind of stuck in this sympathetic nervous state where just a text message stresses you out. It's like, oh my God, release of cortisol. And you get this chronic kind of situation when it comes to stress, where then you start to have a bit of an imbalance in serotonin and all these kinds of hormones that are to do with our mental health. So yeah, stress is huge. And then it affects the inflammation in the body. It's not nice to be stressed, and we've all been there. And it's just really finding ways to, I sound so cliche saying this, but de-stress, and to really find ways to wind down. This is something I've been through, and big journey when it comes to stress. So might make a separate video on that one as well. But yeah, stress is going to cause issues in your skin. If it's going to cause issues in your internal health, it's absolutely going to affect your skin. I have a client, I won't name her, but she messaged me today and she said, oh, my skin, she can really tell the stress is affecting her skin. We've been, you know, getting these results and it's been really great, but she's kind of halted at the moment when she really shouldn't be, but that's okay. She's got some stress that's going on that is, pardon me, causing a bit of an issue there. So yeah, it does affect the skin. And the last one on my list is internal health factors. Oh, we've already touched on this. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, your internal health conditions. So we spoke about it before. Anything that affects your internal is absolutely going to affect your skin health as well. I reckon there's so many more things that could be affecting your skin health, and I definitely know there is. There was a few that came to mind while I've been talking, but I've lost them now. But this is why when we do consultations at Soul Awaken, I actually allow it really depends. I'm kind of finding that as I grow this business, I'm needing more and more and more time in my initial consultations. So the most ideal amount of time is an hour to almost an hour and a half. And you might think that sounds crazy, but in an hour, you're really going to get a good picture of what someone's doing in their life, what they're putting on the skin, what they're taking in. You need to get a whole picture of what's going on, because there's just so many factors that could be affecting your skin. And it might just be that you're sleeping on a dirty pillowcase every night, or you're using a dirty makeup brush consistently, or maybe you've got a comedogenic ingredient in makeup or another skincare ingredient. Could just be something really, really simple, but it does take time to find these things out, and maybe there's an underlying health condition. So yeah, I spend a lot of time on my consultations at Soul Awaken, and I find it's a really good thing to not only understand the conditions, but to, really get to know you as a person and find out what you need and help you the best. And that's when we can start talking about recommending you to possibly a naturopath, a nutritionist, a doctor, or another kind of therapist to help you with some issues. Jasmine's just said, my phone might die soon, but you're amazing. You go, girl. Miss you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you, darling. I miss you too. You take care. Have a good night. So there's so many things, and investigation is so important. So I hope you've enjoyed today and you've learned something. I'm going to save this one because I think it'll be really helpful for people to listen to and go over and share with your friends and family. But just to know in general that it's not what you'd put on your skin all the time. It's so many more other factors. So I might leave it there, and if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'd like to do more lives like this and talk about these issues because we need more awareness. We need to get out there and talk about these things, and I enjoy it as well. So have a wonderful night, and for the next live video, I just wanted to let you know, I just recently brought in these really beautiful crystal facial rollers. So we've got jade, rose quartz, amethyst, and also those same stones, crystals, in gua sha tools. So in case you didn't know, a jade roller is basically a crystal on like this little wand, and you kind of move it up on the face, and just it's basically for facial massage. And the gua sha tools are very similar, but it's just a different technique. So the next video that I do, maybe Saturday, I'm hoping. Yeah, Saturday after I finish in clinic, I might take off my makeup and do a bit of a skincare routine and gua sha facial massage crystal roller routine. So yeah, tune in and watch that. But yeah, if you have any questions, pop them below. Any private questions, just message me. I'll be there to help you. Have a wonderful time. Good night. See you later. Bye.